So we're looking at In the Gloaming, which is page 24 in your orange book. If you've got a lever harp tuned in E flat, then all the levers should be down. Okay, bar 1. We're going to put the third finger of the left hand, so that's Mr. 3, on middle C. So if you know where your middle C is, we're off to a good start. We're going to miss a string out, so the D has no finger. We're going to put Mr. 2 on the E flat. And we're going to miss a string out, and we're going to put the thumb on the G. Okay, so that is what we call a root position triad, because a triad just means a 3-note chord. If you think tri from tricycle or triangle, it means 3. So a triad is a 3-note chord, and this particular spacing is called a root position, and you're going to get that a lot in lots and lots of harp music, so it's quite a good idea to get the hang of what that feels like with the fingers spaced in that way. Okay, the right hand is slightly different. We're going to go for the C above middle C with the third finger, but here's where it changes so that it's not the same as the left hand. The second finger and the thumb are all going to go on next door strings like that, so you've got 3 in a row, C, D, E flat. So the first 2 bars are going to sound like this. Bar 3, the left hand is the same, but the right hand is slightly different. You know the right hand was here, it's just going to shift up by 1 string. Everything shifts up by 1 string. Okay, so if I do the first 3 bars now, have a listen to how that sounds. Good. And then bar 4, the shape in the right hand stays the same, but the left hand shape is different. So in the right hand, you're still going to have all next door notes. We'll look at which notes they are in a minute. But the left hand, it doesn't have a root position chord anymore. It has what's called a first inversion chord. And we'll talk a bit more in the lesson about why it's called that. But suffice to know, it's slightly different in terms of the spacing than a root position chord. So here we go. We're going to put our third finger, Mr. 3, on the B flat below middle C. Miss out middle C. We're going to put our second finger on Dangling Daisy. Do you remember she's the note that dangles off the bottom of the treble clef stave, so called a Dangling Daisy. And then we're going to miss out both of these strings, and we're going to put our thumb on the G. So you can see, if it was a root position spacing, the thumb would have gone here, but this is a first inversion spacing, so we've got a bigger gap between our second finger and our thumb. And the right hand is going to go Mr. 3 on the B flat, Mr. 2 on the C, and our thumb on the D. Okay? So if we put it together from the beginning, this is what it will sound like. And the good news is that line 2 is exactly the same as line 1. Line 1 is marked mezzo forte, so moderately loud, and line 2 is marked piano, so it's quiet, but that's the only difference. The notes are exactly the same. And there are actually similarities as well when we come into line 3 and line 4, but we'll do that another time. Okay.